Hi guys, I'll be doing a bit of gaming today on my Lenovo Legion Go. I've had this for about 3 days now, so I'm still well, I wouldn't say I'm still testing it. I'm just man, I don't know why it does all this. It gets weird sometimes because despite it being Windows, it does give me a few hiccups here and there. Right, so I've finished downloading. Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 3 Modern Warfare, and Disney Speedstorm. This is PUBG test server, so that's the only thing that's going through now. I'm gonna add these other games to go into settings. Right, in the background is the Steam Deck. Like I told you guys, it's back on Steam operating system, and the only reason it's back on the operating system is because the adrenaline drivers will not go back onto the Steam Deck. So there's nothing I can do to get the adrenaline drivers to work properly on Steam Deck, and as a direct result of that, I was stuck. I was just stuck with the Steam Deck on Windows 11, but without drivers. So I've had to go back into what you call this thing. I've gone back to Steam operating system. That's why it's on. You can see it on Steam over there. Let me try and connect my controller, my DualSense, to the Steam Deck, and I don't know if I can get it to connect. So I'm still using a DualSense controller, but it's connected to the Steam Deck in the background. And if you notice, right, it's giving me some code errors. I don't know why. Let me see. Can I not jump into... Right, let me jump into the library. I did try to play some games. Let's try and jump into War Robots. The game's not working. You see it in the background. It is starting up. It's connected to the DualSense controller. But you see, it's showing the gamepad stuff. And if it does work, then I will, let me see if I can bring it closer. Right, so I've been downloading games onto my Lenovo Legion Go, and I've been so that's the Steam Deck right there. So if the games do work, then that's a good thing. But from what I've noticed is the games did not want to work. So I'm not forcing it or anything. Let me just close this laptop because I do need the space. There's nowhere else I can put the Steam Deck, and I may be able to put my Lenovo Go onto this laptop here. I'm not using this laptop for anything. It's an HP laptop, right? So that's just the laptop turning off. Right, so let me put this Steam Deck, if I can sit it down. If it lets me sit it down. And then at least this is here now, see? So that's the Steam Deck over here. But like I told you guys, it's got some issues with the drivers. So I don't know why the drivers won't work. That's beyond me. I don't know what's up with it. But like I said, I couldn't get Windows drivers onto it. And there was no point keeping it on Windows if I can't update the adrenaline drivers, because then I wouldn't be able to play games on it. So that's why I put it back to Steam operating system. And as you can see, it can't even play games on Steam. So, so I mean, it's a sad affair, but this, what can you do? You see, it's there, it's trying to load games. It can't load games. And I'm pretty sure if I try to jump out of that, you see, it just comes out of the game. It won't do anything else. And that's the Steam Deck for you, see? So it's like it's dead or something. I don't know what else to do with it, because you can't really use anything on this. You see, it keeps giving me the error code thing. Let me see. Will it go to the store? It takes me back to home. You know one thing, I'll try and update this. Okay, it's now showing the games. It wasn't showing me before. Let's see. It won't show me the menu thing. I wanna increase the brightness. So at least you see. I don't know what's up with this brightness thing. Yeah, it should just let me do what I want to do. So there you go. So that's my Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is working. It's back on the Steam operating system, but like I said, I couldn't put drivers for Windows onto this. The Adrenaline drivers would not go back onto this, so I had to put it back to Steam operating system. But even though it's back on Steam operating system, it still doesn't play games. So I don't know if there's something that I have to do with the drivers. So I'll go into the settings. Let's see if there's a system update. It's unstable. I'll try and get a preview or beta. It needs a restart. And then I'll try and put a different version of Steam operating system. Maybe that will work. Right, so the video now is not about Steam Deck. I told you guys yesterday that I have a problem with Steam Deck. The video right now is about the Lenovo Go. So I'm gonna put the Steam Deck in the background. That's just starting up again. And I'm gonna bring my Lenovo Go. This is working here. So at least you guys will have a better view. And of course, the Steam Deck is restarting. And hopefully, whatever goes onto the Steam Deck will work this time. And then as long as it's working, I'll be able to play some games on it. Just to show you guys that my Steam Deck does work. But this video is basically about my Lenovo gaming console. Steam Deck's in the background, like I said. Let me just put some of my phones here. Like I said, I have a few phones that are here. And then at least it doesn't look too empty and all of that stuff. Right, so that's my old iPhone stuff. Some airport things. And right, so basically that's the Steam Deck in the background. I'm trying to put a different operating system from Steam, like a beta version. Maybe that will come with some drivers and that will actually fix the Steam Deck. Like I said, I couldn't put the Adrenaline drivers. I don't know why. I tried and I tried and I tried until I gave up. You know, because I didn't understand it. I used DDU drivers. You know, you can remove the drivers, the official drivers, and you can put, you know, a modified driver onto Steam Deck. I tried that option. That option did not work. So in the end, I gave up. And that's why I'm saying it's back on Steam operating system. Right, guys. So the thing about this dude here is I've only had this for about 3 days. So since having this for 3 days, I'm still testing it, if you like to call it like testing and all that stuff. And I'm not yet too familiar with all the functions. This is connected to the hub. This hub used to be connected to the Steam Deck. Now the Steam Deck's not working properly, so I'm using this Lenovo console. So obviously the hub is now connected to this dude. Right, so let me get into things. I'm using 1200 by 800 resolution. This is set to the 144p, 44 hertz, because you can use 60 hertz or 144. I use 144 with a 1280 by 800. Right, the thing I want to do here is add the 2 games that have been, it finished downloading. So go to graphics. What you're going to do in graphics here is go to desktop app, click on browse, and you have to go to wherever you set your games. Right, so it's taking a bit of time, but it will get there. Right, so I did actually install games. I installed yesterday from Epic Games. Off Grid is a new game. It's a battle royale game. I've got it's new. It's free to play. You can get that from Epic Games launcher. I've got Fortnite. Obviously, I told you guys it's the original Fortnite. It's not the Game Pass one. This is the official Epic Games one. And I've got Alto, Alto, the jump skiing game. Right. So I don't have to be in here. This is Epic Games. There you see Epic Games. I don't need to be in there now. I need to find Steam. I've gone to program x86. I'm looking for Steam. Found Steam. Click on Steam, then look for Steam apps. If I can find Steam apps. Let me just look for Steam apps. Found it, Steam apps. Click on it, double click, and then double click on common, and your games are in here. So I need to install Call of Duty. So it's Call of Duty HQ. I'm going to put the bootstrapper in first. It says it's already there. And then I like to put everything that's in here, even if it's got nothing to do with the actual game. I like to put everything in there because to me, it may help the game run better. That's COD. Put that in. What I like to do is add everything because I don't want to keep going back and forth, back and forth. This is just easier if I'm just putting all of the programs in. And then I'm going to go back to the programs. And then obviously I'm going to start allowing them to use the high performance. So this is why I'm using this. You can do this on your Steam Deck as well. When I was on Windows on Steam Deck, I was doing this as well. So this is not just a Legion Go type thing. You can do this on your Steam Deck if you're using Windows. But like I said, I do not have Windows on my Steam Deck anymore because every time I try to put Adrenaline drivers, even the ones that come from Steam resources, Windows resources, it would not put the drivers back into the Steam Deck. So when I restart the Steam Deck, it will just tell me, like it will just show this. I'm trying to remember what it would show me. It would show me this. It wouldn't show the when you click here, it's supposed to show you Adrenaline drivers. It wouldn't do that. It would just say when I go into Display Manager, it would say something like it would say a Microsoft Basic adapter. That the basic one. So I didn't understand that, and I was like, okay, so I basically didn't have the Adrenaline drivers. I had the Microsoft Basic adapter driver. And then when you use DDU, that's display, it's a Unistaller to remove the basic driver so I can put in the modified driver. It would just give me the same error. It would restart the Steam Deck and then it would just say Microsoft Basic Adapter. So the reason why it does that is because it can't find a driver that is suitable for your device, So I was thinking, this modified driver, I used it before, the RX 670, but for some reason, it just wouldn't let me use it this time. Right, I think that's done. I've done that one. Now I need to put in Speedstorm. So I've done Call of Duty. That's all done. I need to look for Disney. I think it's called Disney Speedstorm. Sometimes you don't find it with the first name. You have to go for the second name, but I found it now. Like I said, I'm not going to set them to high performance yet. I want to put in all of the programs that I'm looking for. Like I said, I like to put all the exe files in here. I like to search for all the exe files because some of the exe files do help you to load the game better, And sometimes you may not put the original exe file. Sometimes you have got the x64 exe file. A game can come in two versions, can come either as 32 gigabyte or 64. So since most of the modern day gaming Windows handhelds do use 64 bits, that's what you'd be looking for. So I'm just saying, I'm looking for all the exe files, making sure that I don't miss any exe files. So I think I got all of those. I'm gonna go to this one. I think I've done that already. I just look for all the exe files. I've done all of them. And then I like to double check, so that's cool. Right, so I'm just gonna go back here to Steam and see if it's finished with PUBG. This is the PUBG one this is the test server. So I can still play PUBG, but it's better if this finishes. Then obviously I'll have a much better experience, a much better gaming experience. Right, so the Steam Deck has restarted. Like I said, it's connected to the DualSense. Well, it restarted, so I need to reconnect it to the DualSense controller. This dude here has got detachable controllers. I can remove those. It's not. This is now connected to the Steam Deck in the background. I want to try and play War Robots. As I tried to play it before and it refused, so I'm gonna try it again. I'll be using this to play it. If it works, I'll just tilt this a bit so you guys can have a better view of the Steam Deck. But like I said, even on Steam operating system, games are not working. I don't know why, but it's just doing that. It's been doing that since it came, since I removed it from Windows. And I thought maybe if I put it back on Steam operating system, it would work, but it's not working properly. Right. The other thing I want to do is connect this to. I need to connect this to my Bluetooth speaker. Right. So that is taking a bit of time. Gonna go back to system. Go to. Let's go back a bit. Bluetooth and devices. Yeah. So I need to reconnect this to the Bluetooth speaker.
Connect me.
It's connected now. That's so good. This won't take long to finish, but I mean, I'll still play some games. I can still play games, just because it's uploading whatever you want to call. It's downloading PUBG test server, and that's for the PUBG one battle. I think it's called Player Back. I forgot the whole name, but you guys know what PUBG is, so it's all good. This is one of the FPS thingies for the Lenovo Go. How do I like this one? I think it's good. I think it's better than Steam Deck. I think it is better than Steam Deck. Right, so this thing wants me to do something. Wait, this is gonna take a while to download anyway. So let me use it because it gets a bit cranky. Right, so in here, I'm gonna, damn it. I'm gonna open up Epic Games. Like I said, I got 3 games in here for Epic Games. I've got Fortnite. I've got Off the Grid. Off the Grid is a brand new game. It's a free-to-play game as well. You can download this from Epic Games if you want to. And I've got Auto. Auto is a skiing game. Right, so this is just gonna load up. It's gonna take a bit of time, but it will get there. Come on, it's so slow, man. You know what I'm going to do the Steam Deck in the background? I'm just going to end that game thing because it's not going to play the game anyway. Like I said to you guys, it has an issue. So I'm just going to put this to the store and just leave it on the store in the background because, like I said, it's not working properly or as it should be working. With this one, I'm just going to show you the 3 games I've got installed. I've got Off the Grid. Like I said, it's a brand new Battle Royale game. I've got Auto. This is like a jump ski game. That's Fortnite, the proper Fortnite. That's Epic Games Launcher. I'm going to go to the second option. I don't know, this is kind of weird. It's clanky a bit. Right, in here, I want to set up a quick CPU. This is my power plan. And once I've got this functioning or playing, I set it to maximum performance. I need to clean my memory. Then I'm going to jump back into this, open this up. And I'm going to set this to, it's already set to maximum performance. Right, so that's unpacking cores as well. I'm coming back to this one. To put this down for a second, I need to use set timer resolution. If I can get that one going, set timer resolution. Set that to maximum, put this down here. Then next I need to use this program. This program is it's a power control panel. I don't need to use this. This already has its own, but I like using the profile. So I'm gonna set this to 50 watts. It's gonna kick in when you see it's kicked in. Active cores is 8. Display refresh rate is 144 hertz. Maximum CPU frequency is 4500. That's 4.5 gigahertz. Display resolution is 1280 by 800. Active profile is 50 watts. GPU clock is set at 2200. Volume should be set at 60. I think it might be higher. I want to set this down to 50. The TDP, the lower TDP rate is set to 10 watts. Right, next. Let me see what else do I need running. Oh, I want to close this exit out of CC cleaner. I don't want that running in the background. Right, so there's nothing else there. Trying to think of something else. Oh yeah. I want Legion space because I need to set it up for gaming. I could press the buttons, but the buttons are kind of weird. Sometimes they work. Sometimes they act really funny, really strange sometimes. So this is Legion space, and what I'm gonna do with Legion space is to set this up for gaming. So as that's doing its thing, I'll just be watching a few trailers in the background on my Steam Deck. So I'm gonna watch a few trailers. Right, so Legion space is up and running. I'm gonna go into settings on this one. Gonna tap on performance. It's on smart. I'm gonna put this to full speed. And then thermal mode, I'm going to set up performance, and I'm set that to performance as well up there. Controllers are these dudes. You can map them, you can do a lot of things, because I'm going to remove these and use them. It says fan speed is 7,384 RPM. It's saying it's using 4.3 gigahertz. Temperature 71 degrees Celsius. GPU 62 degrees Celsius, 3% utilization, and then fan is full speed. FPS limiter is off. VRAM is 800 megahertz. RAM is 9.31 gigabyte. So I've set this to performance, full speed, performance. So that's all good. And to exit out of this is a bit tricky, like I said, but I just use Windows like this. When it chooses to acknowledge what I'm trying to do, because you're supposed to press a button here, it's supposed to come out and take you back to Windows. I don't know if it's some settings that I have on this. I am trying to do it. It's not acknowledging what I want to do. This is okay. Let's see if I jump into something else and then see if it will work from there. Right, let me try again. Because you know what I'm doing? I'm using a Bluetooth thing. It's connected to the hub at the back. And I'm pressing on the Windows logo. But it's refusing to respond to what I'm trying to do. Let's go into Bluetooth. I think it's got some features up here. Like I said, I've only had this console for 2-3 days now. Wait, if I press this, will this bring me out? Right, that worked. That's that worked. But now it's all gone kind of weird in the background. I'll have to leave it for a few seconds. I mean, I don't need this thing, but it's I was finding it interesting because you can set the voltage. Right. So I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping it's not gone all funny on me. I don't know what's up with this thing, man. You know, sometimes it does what you want it to do, and then sometimes this is the only thing I don't like. You know, the Steam Deck is very straightforward. The Steam Deck, you want to do something, it responds. This thing, like it just doesn't want to respond to what I want it to do. Right, I'm playing a YouTube video in the background on Steam Deck, a game trailer. So I don't know what's up with this thing. So, right, so that's for performance. Right, I don't want to be in that. Oh, okay, so it's you see it's stuck on something. I don't know what it's stuck on. Because I do want to play games. Let me take this off for a few seconds and see if that works. Reconnecting that, let's see if that's gonna do anything. So I'm just waiting for the mouse thing to also light up. I know it seems a bit weird, but it does work, guys. It's just I don't know why it's doing this. It's like it works, and then you see, I don't know, I don't understand. Like I set it up for gaming. It's not responding. Right. So if I click on this, it shows me the performance. That's fine. Everything on this side is working. There's no issues here. Let's see. That's for sound, brightness, Bluetooth. It's got this resolution. It's got the hertz. It's got this frame monitor. Then it's got Radeon Super Resolution. Then it's got something for the gamepads. Like I put the rumble, I put the vibration to weak because I like the vibration. It's got touchpad. Also has rumble on the touchpad. And then it's got enable touchpads, touchpad vibration, controller hibernation. Then it's got some stuff at the bottom here. It says 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. I don't know what that is. But it does say controller hibernation. Then it's got view layout. Then it's got all this other console key mapping, gamepad. It says control up there. It also shows the battery for the Legion Go is 91%. Sorry, 93%. And for the controller it's 100% for the left and right. Let's go for this one. This is saying Alt XC Windows Win D. So I think this is the shortcuts. Let's see if I can get the Windows D. What does that do? This is the problem. Everything you tap on this thing usually doesn't. It's got shortcuts, but I don't know what they do. So okay, so I tapped on something. You see, it's just gone all weird now. All right, let me disconnect the controllers and see if I can at least get this to game, because that's what I want to do. I'm just getting a bit bored. It wasn't doing this yesterday. It didn't do this yesterday, but today it's just acting up. Right, so what I'm thinking about doing is let me remove it from the hub and I'll just connect it directly into its power source and see if that helps, because it could be the profile that I'm using requires slightly more power, and when it's connected to a hub it is connected to various things. So I'm going to remove this hub thing, connect it directly into its own power source and see if that helps at all. So it's now connected to the 65 watt adapter thing. As you can see, I've disconnected it from the hub. I want to see if this is going to help at all. And the controllers are these controllers right there. And I want to see if it's going to help me at all. But you see, still got the same problem. So I don't know what to do with this. Do I need to restart this? Or what? Like, what do you do with this thing? And you see that the other problem is every time you press these buttons, they don't do much. Okay, so this is doing something. I want to go to Windows. Can this tap to Windows or do something? And the screen in the back is just gone black now. You see? Right. So I just don't understand it. So it's taking me back to this thing. I don't want to be in here. I want to go to the thing. So it's saying something about BIOS. It's saying AMD Radeon graphics. I don't really want to be in here. I want to go back into the thing. You see? So it's still showing me all the stuff. This is all good. But how do I get into the main? The controllers, you can map the controllers. You can also see the battery life of your controllers. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? What game did I want to play? Oh yeah, I hadn't started the game yet. Let's go into... I'm going to go into War Robots. Let's see if it loads. It says open Steam. But I still don't understand the black, why it's gone dark in the background. You understand? So the reason why I'm trying to play a game is to see if it's going to work. Right, it's working. But still, I don't understand why the background just went dark like that. You see? It's just dark. So it's like it's failing to do something. So maybe a restart. But there's a lot of programs running in the background. That's why I wanted to stop those programs first and then see what happens. But I'm going to give it a few seconds to start up. If it doesn't start up, I'll have to force reboot the system. But it hasn't done this since like yesterday. I think the main reason why it's doing this today could be because it was uploading. I've been uploading videos since yesterday, and that could be a reason. The Steam Deck's working. It's just the Steam Deck doesn't play no games. Right, guys, I'm going to force restart this. I don't know what's happening to it. You see, I've shut it down. It's not working, right? So I have to do this. It's saying the quick CPU thingy is working. I don't know. It does work, but I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. So I have to do it this way. Right, let me reconnect the gamepads. Just because the gamepads do go off when the system is not on. So I'm going to try my best to put these back on. I think you just slide them in. Let me close the back. Right, that one's in. Because when you restart the system, it does this. So there's no point in having the controllers out. So I'm going to put those back in. Right. I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to put this back to the hub. I just need to clean the screen. The screen's a bit dusty. So I want to clean the screen. My t-shirt. You guys can watch the Steam Deck in the background. I'm watching Long Dark. I think it's like a trailer. Right. Man. This thing is... it's not, but it's a bit better anyway. Right, I'm going to connect this to my hub. I need to reconnect the power source to the hub and hopefully restart it again. And let's hope that this time I won't have the same problem. But it wasn't doing this yesterday. I'm surprised this is happening now. It didn't do this yesterday. So the reason why I keep using the hub is because the hub's connected to a mouse and things like that. It makes it easier as well to control. Right. So I thought it restarted the system. I want to restart the system. Right. So while that's going on, I'll be watching a few trailers on the Steam Deck in the background. It's restarting. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just weird. The Steam Deck's not working. It's kind of working, but it's not working properly. Right, I need to log into this thing. It's just strange. It's like Steam Deck's not playing games, but it's working. If you want to call it working, I can watch trailers on it. It's working kind of. But then this thing here, this is supposed to be, this should be working. This shouldn't have issues. Right, let me go into settings. I'm going to minimize this. Go into display. Yeah, 1280 by 800. Let's go to display. 144 Hertz. Display 1. I'm using the 6144 megabytes. They said that this is the best one to use, especially if you're gonna use it for gaming. Gonna shut down this thing. Man, you see, this is another issue. You see, that's another problem. Right, so I'm gonna shut this CC cleaner down. See, it's freezing my mouse. Right, let me go back into settings actually. I want to go into apps. I want to close down the apps that are running at the beginning of this Legion Go with the hope that maybe that's what's causing the problem. I mean, it might resolve the issues. I don't know if that's what's causing the issue. Right, so it's connected to the Bluetooth thing, but I need apps. Right, startup apps is what I'm after. Gonna turn off CC Cleaner, Epic Games, Microsoft Edge. Right, so all these, I'm gonna turn off Microsoft Edge. I don't think I need it running. I mean, at the beginning, I can always, if I want it on, I can always get it back on, isn't it? So Epic Games gonna leave that running for the beginning. Also gonna go for Power ISO, and then Radeon, obviously the Adrenaline software, Realtek HD audio, of course, Steam, Windows security. I've turned off Xbox and iTunes. Right, let me restart this now and see if those options have taken effect. Right, I am going to play games, but obviously I need to sort this out because I'm trying to figure out why it keeps having this weird issues. I was playing Fortnite yesterday. I played Fortnite. I played Counter-Strike. I played Counter-Strike 2, Fortnite. I do want to play Call of Duty though. I want to see the difference. I mean, I miss playing games on my Steam Deck. But like I said, there's nothing I can do about that because I do not know what's causing the driver issue. It just won't allow me to put adrenaline. I cannot put adrenaline software back onto it. So there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm gonna use the new system. Let's see. I think it's those apps that were starting up with the Legion Go. I've turned most of those off. It's gone straight into, okay, it's a questionnaire survey. It's taking me to Legion Space. But this is the thing, man. I don't really want to get into this thing at the beginning. I don't understand. Right, I just need to get out of this thing. Right, I'm going to set Legion Space. I'm not going to close it. I'm going to put it on the third desktop. Right, and then I'm going to go to the middle one. I need to go to the middle. In here, I'm going to set up this quick CPU thing. The quick CPU is the power plan I use. I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to set that up for maximum performance. So this is my power plan. That's what's running in the background. And this Legion Space, I'm going to come to it in a while. So it's saying Steam is up and running. It's still downloading that other thing, that PUBG test server thing. And then I've got this system. And this, I told you guys, this is a control panel. I'm going to run 50 watts again. And then I need another program called Set Timer Resolution to get that running. Yeah, and then I'm gonna set that to maximum. Then last but not least, I need the adrenaline software running as well. I mean, you guys don't need to use this. There's no reason for you guys to use this, but I use it because obviously I like to see my FPS count. And I also like to I like to see what the FPS count is on most games. When I go to graphics, I'm using Hyper RX. I use Radeon Super Resolution, Sharpen Effect, AMD Fluid Motion Frames, Radeon Anti-Lag, Radeon Boost, Maximum Resolution Change. And then display, I'm sure I'm using Vivid Gaming. I use Vivid Gaming. I also use GPU scaling and very bright. It doesn't have anything else in here. Then I go to performance. I've got all of these showing up: GPU memory, GPU and Radeon graphics. You know what I discovered about this thing? It's got two graphic sets, two. This one and this one. I'm serious. It's got Radeon graphics, and it's got well, okay. I'll prove it in a different way. It's got, look, check this out. The CPU on this is AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme. Shared memory 16 gigabytes at 7,500 megahertz memory. It's got FPS counter over here. It's got the Radeon graphics up there, and it's got Radeon graphics down here. That's memory, and then this one up here is utilization, power consumption, temperature stuff. Right, so here I've got sampling interval set at 1.75. Then it's got sampling interval set at 1. Wait, let me set this at, okay, I set this. Yeah, this is set at 1.75. I didn't know I could set that. All of these are enabled, so I can check that. Then settings says graphene Graphing duration, adjust how long metrics results will be displayed. 60. Set it 60. And it says hide matrix overlay during login enables. Right. Let's go to smart technology. AMD noise suppression is enabled. AMD privacy view, launch AMD privacy view. And then it's got AMD smart access video, AMD smart access memory, but it says those are unsupported. Right, let's go to the settings thing. It says I'm using 6,144 megabytes, so that's 6 gigs of VRAM. AMD Radeon graphics, and down here it's got AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme, 16 gigabytes of RAM. I said I was gonna prove it uses two different graphics cards, but I can't see them at the moment. But I'm using Vivid as my video profile. I've got AMD noise suppression is enabled. Input devices are, well, let's see this thing. Noise suppression is off. Right, so you could use driver default, I think. I'm gonna set this to driver default. Use default. And then suppression, processor selection is CPU AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme. You see, this is where I was saying it's got two graphics cards on this. It's got the AMD Ryzen Z1, and then it's got the AMD Radeon graphics. It's got two of them, right? Oh, wait. The CPU is the Ryzen Z1 Extreme. The GPU is the AMD Radeon graphics. So it's like one. Right. Let me just turn these off. Suppression thing, when I set those off. Right, so those are done. I'm gonna go to hotkeys. All of these are enabled. Preferences. I've got a system tray menu. I've got toast notification, game adjustment, tracking, and notification. I've got always on top, and I've got animation and effects. But I'm gonna turn that off because I don't think that's necessary. Right, so all this is set up for gaming. Like I said, I don't have custom games on this. I do use the Hyper RX. Like I said, the Hyper RX enables everything to run on your Steam Deck. Right, so I'm gonna get into gaming in a second, guys. You see here, if I want to custom, I can use custom. But the reason why I use the Hyper RX is because it uses Radeon Super Resolution, sharpen effect, AMD fluid motion frames, Radeon anti-lag, Radeon boost, and maximum resolution change. So it uses all of those with the Hyper RX. It's got quality, it's got Hyper RX Echo, that's for the battery, but it's more like a battery saver, then default, then custom, and it's got Hyper RX. And this one is also to do mostly with, I think this one, there's two of them because I know there's an Echo one. Okay, sorry, that's the Echo, that's the Hyper RX Echo. This is Hyper RX. So this is just a definition of what this is. Right, but it's all it's gonna say in there is that it allows you to use all of the options together. So that's all it's gonna say in there. Then the game's gonna take this back to home and put this in the background. So that's all good. That's about to finish. I want to jump into a game. Oh yeah, I just remembered I haven't set up Legion Space yet, so I'm gonna jump into this. And I don't know if it's gonna let me do anything in here, so I'm gonna give it a few seconds and see if it's gonna allow me to do anything. Remember last time it gave me some issues, so yeah, it's having a problem. Let's close this down. I've shut that down. I'm gonna try and reopen it again. I don't know, it's like I said, I've only had the system for 3 days. I don't know much about, maybe 4 days now. I don't know much about the Legion Go. I know more about Steam Deck than this one. But I do like the games on this. I think, especially when you detach the controllers, that's what I like the most. Right, so let's get this sorted. I don't want to mess about in here. I'm gonna go straight to performance. I'm using fan is full speed, performance is the thermal mode, and it's going from performance, full speed. That's it, and that's all done. And then I'm just gonna jump out of this. I don't want to mess about in here. Like I said, it does give me a few issues, so not big issues, but I just don't want to mess about in there. Right, so let me actually move this to the front, to the beginning. I'll close this one down. I'm using the mini thingy, the mini keyboard. So in here I've got the quick CPU. That's my power plan. I told you guys I use this on Steam Deck, and I used to use this on a laptop, but I've sold the laptop since. So in here I've got AMD Radeon Adrenaline Edition. I use Hyper RX, then Steam. Then I've got power control panel. I'm using 50 watts, but this does go up to 80 watts. I've got profiles 10 watts, 35 watts, 50 watts, and 80 watts. That's the maximum. Then set timer resolution. That's something to do with resolution. And I've got this dude here. This is the Legion Space. But like I said, it's a bit temperamental, so I don't want to mess about with that too much. Let's just jump into this dude here. I'm gonna maximize the screen, and I want to detach the controllers because I actually want to play a game. But I want to test Call of Duty and see what this runs like. So let's see what happens with this. I just installed this recently. I've not played this at all. I don't know how it's going to work or how it's going to play. The resolution on this is 1280 by 800. It goes all the way down to 720. If I wanted to, it can go down to 720. But it makes everything look a bit weird on the screen. So I just selected 800. But it can go down to 720. The other thing about this as well is that, it's saying something on graphics drivers. Just click ignore and the game will just start up. It's just the same as the Steam Deck. It says that as well as the Steam Deck. Right, so this is the Z1 Extreme. Right, so I do have my DualSense controller. I do have this, but I want to use I want to use those controllers. I don't want to use the DualSense controller because I'm using that on the Steam Deck in the background there. And as you can see, I'm watching a few game trailers. Right, so that's connected to my Bluetooth speaker in the background. What I normally do when I'm playing games on this thing, I normally detach the hub. I remove the hub and I put the actual adapter into the 67 watts adapter, and then I detach the controllers, and that's how I normally play games. I don't have to remove the hub, but I sometimes do that. Right, so I want to detach the controllers. Let's see how this works. Right, it says an acknowledgement, blah, 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 blah. It's just an acknowledgement thing. It says brightness. It says headphones, speakers. Oh wait, let's go for home theater. Home theater. Alright, let's see. All this is simplified controls. Low strain audio visual support. It's so good. Let's just go. Wait. It says input device as one controller. Oh my words. Damn. There's no way for me to go down on this thing. Right. Yeah, it did try to say the mouse thing. Preset is quality. No, I want performance. Right. What's this? Full screen exclusive. Yeah, that will do me fine. Let's go. All right, it knows who I am. Enroll now. What the? Oh no. No. Okay. No. Wait. I made a bit of a blunder there. Wait. Let's see. No, not now. Ah, damn, man. Ah. Right. Okay. It wanted to do the two-factor verification thing. So I just jumped out of that. So yeah. Right. So there's Call of Duty. This time when it asked for it, I just ignored it. I didn't know. I thought I could just ignore it, like, but it took me to the website, so I'll ignore that next time.